You know what, man? We're so back. We're so fucking back. It's crazy. We're more back than we've ever been before. Okay? Welcome back to Primo Box Club. That's right. We got the little mic condom on again. This little guy. You hear that? ASMR one more time.
Yes. Yes, that feels nice.
That's you, the listener, saying that. Not me. It's you going,
Yes. Keep doing that. Yes.
all right, that's enough of that. Listen, tomorrow, or rather today, when you're watching this, it's Valentine's Day. So, I thought about doing a little Valentine's Day special, talk about what the fuck is Valentine's Day? Why do we celebrate? Origins, all that good stuff. And if my face just turned blue, don't worry about it. It's the lighting, okay? You wouldn't understand, all right? The type of shit I'm on, you wouldn't understand. But listen, okay. Today in LA, it was incredibly rainy. The kind of rain that makes you go, oh yeah, okay. Yeah, maybe Noah was onto something, That boat situation was probably a good idea. But the rain today was insane. Like, I was at work, and I ended up getting a plastic bag, like a trash bag, and putting it over my entire body like a homeless poncho and just going out into the rain. And as I was doing that, I was wondering, like, wow, man, I don't think I've ever looked more homeless in my life, which I know is a lie. I definitely have looked more homeless in my life. Just, I don't know if you can tell, but this beard situation, I can grow a mean Rasputin-ass beard. Like hide your children, hide your wives, hide your husbands, hide your valuables, kind of weird beard. Okay, sorry, I had a stroke. My bad. So, yeah, man, it's just weird because I don't know if you guys remember, about a month ago, all of California seemingly was on fucking fire, and now we're like, you know what? Let's have a biblical fucking flood-causing rainfall. That'd be nice. Torrential downpour. Just a couple months too late. No big deal. You guys can handle that, right? Turns out, no. This city gets like 6 inches of rain, and then every road gets flooded, and no one knows how to drive. So it's just a goddamn nightmare, dude. I don't know. It feels like nothing's ever enough for LA. Like, if it rains, that's bad. If it's too hot, that's bad too. I don't know, man. It's just, look, there are 3 guarantees in life: taxes, death, and Armenians crashing their BMWs in Glendale. I don't make the rules. I believe Benjamin Franklin said that, including the third part. So you can't get mad at me. But, yeah, man, the more I stay in LA, I really do wonder, like, what am I here for? What's wrong with this city? What's right with this city? Turns out, not that much. Not that much is right with this city. Like, we're here for this sunny weather, I suppose, and then you have a day like today, and you're like, oh, even that's not really, a reason to stay, I guess. I don't know, man. Just LA is a bizarre city. Like, people come here and they think, like, cool, so I'm staying in Hollywood, and then I have a thing to do in Echo Park, and then that same day I'm thinking of going down to Irvine and visiting Disneyland. It's like, dude, no. You don't understand. Like, this is not one city. It's like multiple little cities strung together, connected by an intricate series of freeways, I heard, allegedly, I don't know, maybe I was lied to. I heard that LA was started as like a what's it called? Public transport type city. Like, it was built with the idea of having public transportation. But I'm sure some motherfucker named, I don't know, John Gasoline showed up and was like, you know what would look really good here? Freeways as far as the eye can fucking see. And they were like, all right, perfect. What did you say you worked for again? Oh, Asphalt Inc. And be like, oh, so no conflict of interest there. You don't want to just, lobby for cars and gasoline and buildings. It's like, no big deal. I just think it would be a good idea. I just think it would look cool if we put an 8-lane freeway in this beautiful mountainous region. Just a thought. And now we have, traffic every goddamn day of our lives. I will say, though, if you find a nice sweet spot, oh, dude, I can only imagine how nice it must have been during the pandemic, just blowing through the fucking 405. Nobody on the roads, just doing 100,000 miles per hour, fucking, just fucking going from Echo Park to Malibu in 10 minutes. Just going insanely fast. This is now an LA freeway podcast. We're not talking about anything else. Incredibly niche content coming to your ear holes. But listen, Valentine's Day, right? What is up with Valentine's Day? I decided to do a little research, right? And turns out, like a lot of stuff we talk about these days, some of the origins might be in ancient Rome. I don't know. You know how when you read about ancient civilizations, they have all these customs and traditions that make you go like, what the fuck were people doing back then? I think we still have those now. We just don't treat them as like a big deal, like these little cultural things that people do. But because so much time has passed, you read about these things in history books and you think, oh my God, everybody was doing that. Not really. Like it probably wasn't that big a deal. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever little custom you have in your town, like, I don't know. Oh, every second Sunday we fucking skip on one leg because some guy started a rumor that gives you good luck. Like, okay, to you that's just like a folksy, cute little thing that you do. To a historian writing about your town 100 years from now, they're like, this is an incredibly significant cultural remnant of this city. And you're like, nah, man, it's not that big a deal. So I always think about that stuff when I'm reading about ancient history. It's like, how much of this shit was really, for real? And how much was just like, yeah, like 3 guys were doing that shit and then we wrote about it. So now you think everyone was doing it. I don't know. But Valentine's Day is often linked to Lupercalia. That's right, dude. Lupercalia. Do I know what that means? Fuck no. Do you? Absolutely not. But it was celebrated in the middle of February in ancient Rome. Many things were celebrated in ancient Rome. You know what I'm saying? Some things good, some things bad. I don't know. You ever see those pictures of, what's that city that burnt down? With the giant volcanic eruption? Pompeii. Pompeii used to have, there's a bunch of like blocks of cement on the ground that have little penises pointing towards the nearest brothel in Pompeii. So, sounds like a pretty good society to me. But that's just me talking. Anyway, in ancient Rome, men would sacrifice animals and use the hides of the animals to whip women. No big deal. Just, hey, just ancient Rome guys having fun. You understand? You got to kill a couple animals. Sure. You got to eat. I get that. And then you got to use the hide to whip your wife. It's just, listen, they didn't make the rules back then. They were just a couple ancient Roman guys whipping their wives because apparently it promoted fertility. Listen, we've all heard that one before. Oh, you guys are trying for a baby? Beat the shit out of you. No, I don't think any doctor worth their salt would tell you to beat your wife with the hide of an animal. But I'm not a doctor. I know I may come across as that, and I know I look just like the kind of guy that would give you perfect medical advice, but yeah, no, I don't think that works. But, it also involved a matchmaking lottery where men and women were paired, for the festival. Kind of like, just a little, in Portuguese, you'd call it a gincana. I don't know what you call it in English, but gincana is like a bunch of little games, kind of like Squid Games. Hey, you from Squid Games? Yeah. It was like a, game festival thing. You would do it like a fair type situation. You know what I'm talking about? I sound insane. Anyway, the name Valentine in Valentine's Day probably comes from Saint Valentine. There's a bunch of martyrs in Christian history named Valentine. The most famous legend, though, comes from Saint Valentine of Rome. Again, Rome, dude. A priest that was executed, casual, no problem, by Emperor Claudius II around 270 AD. Now, 270 AD. What was going on in 270 AD? I don't even know why I had to think about that. I have no idea. I have no fucking clue. But 270 AD, that is, I'll tell you what happened 270 years before that. My God, Jesus Christ. That guy, they kill him. Or they born him. They born into Jesus Christ. And then 33 years pass. He die. He coming back and then he die again. And that's it. Now he live forever in my heart. Porra. Now the light you're gonna change again. You're gonna see on my face. Anyways, according to one story, Valentine, Saint Valentine, defied the emperor's ban on young men marrying. Basically, Emperor Claudius II was like, yo, I need all these young guys because we fight a lot of wars and they make good soldiers. I don't want old ass soldiers. Which, by the way, back then, old was probably like 19. You understand? Like, if you were 26, you'd be like, I lived a good life. I'm ready to die. And your heart would explode because back then, no one died a peaceful death. It's fucking insane, dude. If you read any sort of ancient history, no one dies a peaceful death. It's always like, you look at the Wikipedia page and it's like early life, political history, notable achievements, heart explosion. Or like fucking testicular implosion. Or like, gunshot wound death. It's crazy. Whenever someone accomplishes something great, they go out with some fucking insane death. It's never like, yeah, Malcolm X did all these great things and then he passed away peacefully in his sleep. No, I'm afraid that's not how it goes. So if you ever become someone of consequence, watch out. Best believe you're not gonna, go to bed one night and wake up dead. Like Megadeth, anybody? No? Hello, me. I'm the real me. Anyway, so Claudius II was like, hey, yo, chill. You want to get married, bro? Chill. Don't do that shit, bro. Hey, come here. Join the army, man. We got lances. We got spears. We got that one short sword that Roman soldiers used, whose name I can't remember right now. We have what's that shoulder armor thing whose name I also forgot. That one shield you carry in one hand and then you go and you parry shit and you go and you stab people in the chest with it. We got all that shit. Plus, if it ever gets lonely out there, them boys is hairless. You know what I'm saying? So just think about that. Needless to say, a lot of young men were like, yeah, I'm good. I don't want to get stabbed through the fucking heart by a Greek. So how can I get out of this, right? Here's the thing. Soldiers that were married couldn't go off to war. That was the thinking back then. So St. Valentine was often marrying these young guys in secret, right? So they couldn't go off to war. And he was caught. And they were like, hey, are you the guy that's stopping our army from growing? And he was like, what, me? Nah, bro. You thinking of somebody else, bro. Could it be me, my guy? And they're like, yeah, tight. We're going to fucking kill you. So they sentenced him to death. And back then, no lethal injection, none of that cool stuff, no guns even. So I don't even know how people were executed back in the day. Do you think it was just beheadings? Like they just sharpened their sword and was like, all right, buddy, you ready to go? And he's like, you know what? Go for it, man. And just gone. I know the French loved a nice guillotine. By the way, I've been told I pronounced this word wrong. Guillotine. Leave me alone. I'm an immigrant. Okay? Keep that in mind next time you fix your fucking face to say something to me, you son of a bitch. So, apparently, his farewell note, right before he got his head cut off or stomped over fucking rocks thrown out his cranium until they bust, was from your Valentine. And he sent this note to a jailer's daughter. Freaky ass. So, St. Valentine was like, yo, don't go to war, peace and love, bro. And he got murdered for it. So, the moral of the story is join the army, die for that fucking Hellcat. You know you want to, dude. Go blow up in Ukraine. Go get exploded by a goddamn drone being piloted by a gooner smoking a vape. That's how you're supposed to die. Okay, back in the day, men died epic deaths, like, a machine gunner Swiss cheesed their ass as they held a position down and saved 15 of their men. You're going to Ukraine, someone's dropping a grenade from a drone that used to be owned by David Dobrik, and your fucking head's going to explode, and it's going to be on Live Leak tomorrow. And people are going to make memes out of it. It's going to show up on my Instagram feed in 2 days. I'm going to send it to my friends and just go, yo, this is the sound of me texting. Yo, this shit's crazy. Look at that guy's head explode. Isn't that insane? That's like the cycle now. Is some guy experiences the worst fucking thing that could happen to a human being ever. somewhere in Ukraine, some like swampy area of Eurasia, gets again assassinated by a porn addicted young man who is smoking a Subaru vape that tastes like mulch while he's using his FPV drone. Just fucking last thing you hear. The last thing you hear will be that's it. You just hear a buzzing and then and that's it. That's scary, man. At least back in the day, you probably heard like the bullets whizzing past your head. All that shit. Now it's just. This is now a sound effects podcast. I'm that guy from Police Academy, just making fucking sound effects. God. I do like that one guy that does like the Call of Duty gun sound effects, like with the reloads and everything. Dude, he did this one where he like shoots a shotgun and then even does like the case. He does like the buckshot thing ejecting from the shotgun. I don't know how he does that. My man swallowed a shotgun. You know who else did? Kurt Cobain. Anyways, in medieval times, specifically in the Middle Ages, the Valentine's Day thing got associated with romantic love, particularly through this guy called Geoffrey Chaucer. Now, does that sound like something you would call John Pork's cousin? Yes, Geoffrey Chaucer. But listen, he wrote a poem called Parliament of Fowls in the 14th century. He linked the day, Valentine's Day, 14th of February, to birds finding their mates. And I don't mean like their mites. Like, hey, what's up, mate? Not like that. Like their life partners, okay? Now, that just reinforced the idea that Valentine's Day was a celebration of love and not a Hallmark holiday that, makes you buy fucking shit you don't need for a person you like very much, so you do it anyway. So I thought it would be cool for us to look up this poem, the Parliament of Fowls, and see what my man Chaucer was talking about, because odds are it's some bullshit. And I'm curious. First off, I bet it's going to be long as fuck. I bet it's going to be that. Okay. So let's try to read it and, just see what's going on. Because once again, I am willing to bet that it is long as fuck and probably not that good. All right. I looked it up. Good Lord. There are six. Oh my God. What the Yeah, no, we're not doing that. That's crazy. All right, I'm not kidding. There are 699 lines. How can a poem have 699 lines? That's a fucking dissertation. That is a paper defending a PhD. 609. You got me fucked up if you think I'm reading this. What? That's crazy. I gotta look up a synopsis. Also, I gotta say, rhyming for 699 lines, crazy. My guy was the Black Thought of medieval times, dude. That is crazy. This was basically, bro, just joining a cipher in the Middle Ages and be like, dead in the middle, a little for 699 lines. That's fucking insane, dude. Oh my God. Yeah. There has to be a synopsis somewhere, dude, because there's no way in hell I'm finding out what it is. Even the synopsis is long. Oh my God, the summary is 5 paragraphs long. Okay, the point is, Mr. Chaucer here was fucking, number one, tripping, and number two, had a lot of free time to write about birds finding their mates. This guy, okay. My opinion of this man has changed completely. I think this was a medieval incel that just decided to write about birds fucking. Okay. And listen, nothing wrong with that. Check his medieval hard drive, but, nothing wrong with that. But I don't know. Okay. I think that was probably this man's main form of entertainment. He's like, yes, what a wonderful day to watch some birds copulate. And he goes outside and just stares at two, swallows swallowing, if you know what I'm talking about. But how did Valentine's Day become this thing that we know nowadays, which is, just chocolates, flowers, all that stuff. Hallmark cards, pink, red, all the shit you associate with Valentine's Day. How did it become that, right? So by the 18th and the 19th centuries, the holiday was a little more commercialized, with people exchanging handwritten love notes, known as, that's right, Valentines. The tradition of sending mass-produced cards started in the 19th century, especially in the US and Britain. Of course. Valentine's Day is a major global celebration, of course. But what do you guys do for Valentine's Day? I'm curious, because I got to say, growing up, first off, in Brazil, where I'm from, hey guys, did you guys know I'm from Brazil? Hey, did I ever mention that to you guys? Did I ever tell you? Hey guys, I'm from Brazil. Hey guys, I'm from. Anyway, in Brazil, Valentine's Day is on a different day. And it's not called Valentine's Day. It's called Dia dos Namorados, which means like couples day, basically. It's on June 12th, which is my dad's birthday. I don't know what that means, but surely there's some weird Oedipal thing there. Anyways, in Brazil, it's that day, so February 14th doesn't really mean anything to me. So growing up, Valentine's Day was not important to me. Like, I came to the U.S. when I was like 10, 11. I never really got the whole Valentine's thing. I remember when I was in class, kids would be like, will you be my Valentine? And then everyone would get a Valentine card. And I was like, wait, does this guy want to fuck all of us? Like, what's going on? I just thought it was weird. I didn't get it. But I suddenly find myself in a relationship on Valentine's Day. And I decided I'm going all out. You know, I'm really doing it because it would really matter to my girlfriend if I celebrated and really took it seriously. So I was hit with the mother of all targeted ads for Valentine's Day. It was basically this thing like, hey, do you love your girlfriend? If you don't buy her this, you are less of a man and you should murder yourself. And it's like, okay, well, no need for that. Just sell me the Temu product, bro. Just show me the drop ship thing you want to show me and I'll buy it probably. I clicked on it. It was very cool, actually. It was like a little couples sculpting kit or something like that. And it seemed cool, but it was like a gazillion, bajillion, quintillion dollars. And I was like, all right. Not only do I not like this white labeled drop shipped product, but I can probably just get all these ingredients myself, and then we can do it'll be more meaningful. It'll be like a thing that we do together. It'll be more of like a handmade gift as opposed to like a prepackaged thing. So anyway, I bought 2 pounds of clay, like air dry clay. I bought a bunch of little tools to shape the clay. I bought varnish for the thing, and then we have a bunch of acrylic paint. So we're just gonna make like matching vases. And yeah, isn't that cute as hell, you guys? That's pretty fucking cute. Anyways, and then we'll paint it, and it will inevitably be knocked over by the cat, and it'll shatter into 1,000 pieces, and I'll be very upset. But the other thing I'm doing is I'm cooking dinner. I love to cook. I'm a pretty good cook. Just saying, pretty solid. I've worked in kitchens. I've done all this. You don't care, man. You don't care, dude. I went to hospitality school, actually. We'll get into that one day. But yeah, I literally went to school to be a hospital. So anyway, I am also going to cook. I'm going to make pasta myself. Now, I've made pasta myself like, I don't know, 5 times? Something like that. It's hard. It's not easy. It's not a fun thing to do with a couple. You know, like 2 people doing it together sucks ass. We're not doing it together. I don't know what it is about me entering a kitchen. I become Jeremy Allen White from The Bear. Like, my girlfriend's very sweet. She'll be like, can I help? I'm like, get the fuck out of my kitchen. Like, I'll immediately become enraged by someone just entering my space. If I have a knife in my hand and I'm like dicing onions, dude, if you ask me like, hey man, how are you? What I hear in my head is, I'm going to kill your family. I get so angry. I don't know what it is, dude. It's like, you ever play that game Overcooked? That's my head when I'm literally making an omelet. And someone was like, hello, my friend who I like very much. Could I assist you? You seem troubled. Dog. It's, it's intense. So I'm in there and I'm going, hands, I need fucking hands. But I'm going to make pasta. I bought these little cookie cutter shape, like, the cookie cutters, I guess. That's what they're called, right? When you cut dough into little shapes. I bought a bunch of heart-shaped ones. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wow, this guy's a real F word. Guess what, buddy? If loving a woman is gay, I'm Elton John. You know what I'm saying? If loving a woman is gay, I am Shawn Mendes. Wait. I don't know. Anyway, gonna make a bunch of little heart-shaped pastas, cook them up, make some sort of a sauce, a rigatoni sauce, or something like that. I'll probably do vodka sauce, and then some sweet Italian sausage. Sorry, sausage. You know, Jesus backwards is sausage. Pretty nice. So yeah, it's gonna be good. And if it's not good, I'll just commit a murder-suicide, and that's it. We'll be fine. You know. You guys will read all about it. It'll be a real Chris Benoit situation, except Daniel Benoit in this case will be the cat. And I'll be Chris. I probably have the CTE. Jesus Christ, what the fuck am I talking about? Christ almighty. I'm so sorry. You have to listen to me, dude. But here's the thing. You don't have to listen to me. You can stop right now. You can fucking give up. You know? You can just turn this shit off. Please don't. But by the way, I have a theory. No one is getting this far in these podcasts. No one is getting to this part. No one's even listening to this bullshit that I'm saying. I could literally scream a racial slur for here's the thing, right? About asking your friends to listen to your podcast. They'll check out like the first minute or two. The rest of the podcast could be me screaming the N-word for 45 minutes. No one would even know. Like, no one would mention it to me because they wouldn't even get to that point of the show. They would just be like, yo, great. I listened to it. It sounds awesome. I'd be, oh, thanks, man. Thanks so much. Did you like that one part? Oh, yeah, for sure. They have no idea what I'm talking about. No clue. By the way, in terms of guests and all that stuff, I filmed my first guest appearance. I'm not prepared to reveal who it is yet. It's Donald Trump. No, but I'm not prepared to reveal who it is. I'm going to edit that down. We did the session afterwards, like we did an interview, and then we did a studio session together, do a little song together. My buddy was so beat from his travels that he literally took a nap in the middle of the session. So, not the greatest viewing, content, but I think the song turned out pretty cool. It's just like a little beat we made together. Anyways, coming soon for you guys. Don't you worry, okay? Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. One thing I never really understood about Valentine's and all the traditions that come with it and, depictions of it in the media is like, what the fuck is up with cupids? What is the deal with cupids? Like, why do little flying babies with bows and arrows? Like, I don't get it. So I decided to look that up as well. And guess what, dude? It's Roman mythology once again. These goddamn Romans, dude. I keep it 300 like the Romans. Fucked up, Kanye. That was the Trojans. That was not the Romans. Anyway, so Cupid is a cherub. You know what a cherub is? Yeah, it's a little flying baby. So the cherubic archer of love. Roman mythology, he's the god of desire, affection, and erotic love. Now, you might know Cupid more commonly by his Greek name, Eros. So when something is erotic, it means it's related to Eros. Right? Anyway, Eros in the Greek mythology was depicted as a handsome, immortal youth with overwhelming power, capable of making both gods and mortals fall hopelessly in love. Kind of like Duke Dennis. Like a Greek Duke Dennis. Just think about that, okay? Bro was just aura farming whenever he was around. He was just
Hey, what you trying to do? Hey, my name Cupid. What's going on with you, girl?
He would shoot you with an arrow, but be like hell nonchalant about it. He'd be like, oops, did that hurt? Anyway, that's at first how he was depicted in Greek mythology. One of the first beings in existence according to Greek mythology was Eros, right? Because it makes sense. A lot of Greek mythology is related to like what makes us people, what makes us human. Eros is one of the most common things all humans have in common, obviously, is like your desire to make more of yourself, right? So Greek poets later on reimagined him as the son of Aphrodite, which is the goddess of love, and either Ares or Hermes, which is like Ares is the god of war, Hermes is the messenger god. If you remember him in Hercules, he was the guy who was like the very fast messenger dude. Anyways, the Romans adopted Greek mythology, right? So pretty much all of Greek mythology was adopted by the Romans. And they just changed the names around. So like a lot of the planets, all the planets, we know them by their Greek name, right? Saturn. Actually, no, I think we know them by their Roman name. So, for example, Jupiter, right? Or Saturn, rather. Saturn is the Roman name, or maybe it's the Greek. I don't know. I think it's Roman. And then his other mythology name is Kronos, right? So there's a bunch of the Aries, Mars, that kind of stuff, right? Long story short. Eros is Cupid. Cupido means desire in Latin. So over time, Cupid was reimagined into the chubby, mischievous little baby we see today, armed with a bow and magical arrows. According to legend, golden arrows made people fall deeply in love, and lead arrows made people repel love or become indifferent. Now, I've never heard of that one. I've never heard of the fucking lead arrows. I feel like I've been hit with those a couple times, but interesting. I also didn't know about this. One of the most famous myths about Cupid comes from Apuleius' story, The Golden Ass. That's right. That's the name. The Golden Ass, printed in the 2nd century AD. Now, AD, I would imagine, stands for Amazing Dumper, aka Golden Ass. But no, clearly ass in this case is referring to a donkey, which I think it's really funny that we still call asses like a donk or a donkey, and it's completely related to that. Anyway, enough about ass history, although that probably is my favorite thing to talk about. So, in this tale, The Golden Ass, Cupid falls in love with Psyche, a mortal woman of extraordinary beauty. Kind of like if, let's say, Duke Dennis and, like, Livy Dunn. Fucking brain rot mythology. Just, yeah, bro, Duke Dennis and Livy Dunn got together, and then they became over time. Duke Dennis was reimagined as the Rizzler. That's the Cupid. Christ almighty, dude. What the fuck? But yeah, anyway. In the end, Psyche becomes immortal and they're united as lovers, symbolizing the power of love overcoming obstacles. Isn't that sweet? Anyway, by the Renaissance, artists like Botticelli depicted Cupid in paintings, solidifying his image as a playful, childlike figure. During the Victorian era, he started becoming a staple of Valentine's Day cards. Because as we talked about earlier, Valentine's Day started becoming a thing around that time, right? Symbolizing love's unpredictable and whimsical nature. It is kind of cute, man. You know, like this idea that a little floating fat-ass baby could fucking hit you with an arrow and you go, and you start doing hard eyes to somebody. Korean heart fingers. And yeah, I can't think of Valentine's Day or love in general without at least picturing some kind of Cupid deity in my head, you know? But yeah, it is weird how we managed to turn everything into like a holiday that makes people spend more money. Like, wasn't Santa Claus green? And then Coca-Cola was like, actually, here's a crazy idea. What if he was red? You know, like Coca-Cola. Imagine a green Coca-Cola. I will, damn. One thing about me, my boy, I love me a Coca-Cola. You know? I don't have many vices in this world. Not any, really. It would go Coca-Cola, thick Latinas, and probably video games. That's it. And listen, that is the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Okay? At the very bottom, you have base needs. That's Coca-Cola. On top of that, you have thick Latinas. And then at the very top, video games. So anyway, when I was doing research about Valentine's Day and all that stuff, I decided to look up, like, what's the most down bad anyone's ever been? What's the craziest fucking gesture anyone's ever done for someone else to express their love? Because, you know, I'm sure you've seen, like, for example, a guy proposes to his wife at an NBA game. And then it goes on the camera and hopefully she says yes. Or if she says no, it becomes national news for like 3 days. And then you find out it was like a clip from fucking Ridiculousness or something. Like nothing's real in this world. Anyway, I decided to look it up. And boy, howdy, let me tell you, there were a couple of down bad motherfuckers throughout history. The first of which, it's actually not, this one's not really down bad. It's actually like a very sweet love story. The Emperor Shah Jahan was a Mughal emperor. Not Muggle like Harry Potter. Okay, this wasn't a guy waving a wand around. Was a man in India in the 17th century. So you might have heard about this one. The Taj Mahal. Did you know the Taj Mahal was was the equivalent of a Birkin Back in the day, it was a guy giving his wife a Birkin, essentially. Except, much sadder story. Shah Jahan had a lot of wives, but he had one wife he loved the most called Arjumand Banu Begum, more commonly known as Mumtaz Mahal, hence the name Taj Mahal, right? So he considered her his true love, and then she gave him, no big deal, 14 kids. Just 14, just a casual baker's dozen plus one of children exiting your body. Now, I don't know if she was like sneezing them out by the end, but I would imagine back then, that's a lot for someone to go through, let alone in 17th century India. God, can you imagine? Jesus Christ. Anyway, she gave him 14 kids, but when she was giving birth to their last kid, she passed away, right? And of course, Shah Jahan was absolutely heartbroken and devastated. So he had an idea. I'm going to build my wife the greatest tomb ever created. He was like, a gravestone? Y'all broke motherfuckers can have that. I'm going to build her a giant tomb. So he started working on the Taj Mahal in 1632. And, no big deal. It just took 21 years to finish. That's all. This guy built his wife a final resting place for 21 years, right? By the way, in addition to her grave, which I don't know if you know, this is unadorned, like there's no, what's the word? No decorations or anything, because that's Muslim tradition. You don't really do that with graves. The Grand Memorial, the Taj Mahal, features a mosque, gardens, and 4 130-foot tall minarets, which are like the little spiky tower things that are designed to fall away from the tomb, or the casket rather, if it collapses, right? So this guy literally thought of everything. He's like, I'm going to build my wife a literal wonder of the world because she was that guy's world, And I remember when I was a kid, I heard a story that like he made all the people who built it cut their fucking hands off or something. Or like gouge their eyes out so they could never gaze upon beauty like that ever again. It's all bullshit. It's not true. I love reading about stuff like that where it's like my whole life I grew up thinking that this happened. And then one historian's like, actually, there's zero evidence of any of that. And you're like, oh, come on, man. It's a good story, bro. Just let me believe, bitch ass mother. Anyway, second down bad story was the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. Now, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon is kind of a weird one because no one really even knows if it existed. It's kind of a legend. But the story goes, right? According to legend, it was a gift from a king to his queen in the 6th century BC. The king was Nebuchadnezzar II, right? Say that 3 times fast. Nebuchadnezzar, Nebuchadnezzar, Nebuchadnezzar. His wife, Ametis, or Ametis, hailed from Medea, right? Or the northwestern region of modern Iran, aka Kurdistan. Basically, she was Kurd that he was married to. So Medea, I don't know if it's Medea or Medea. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but if it is Medea, Tyler Perry's Medea goes to the Hanging Gardens. Good Lord. But yeah, anyway, he wanted to please his homesick wife because basically Medea comes from Kurdistan, right? And she moves to Babylon. And it's pretty flat, and she misses the beautiful Caucasus Mountains that she knew in Kurdistan. Which, by the way, the term Caucasian comes from people who are from the Caucasus Mountains. Anyway, she misses all that. She's like, "Bro, it's mad flat here. There's no vegetation. This place is boring as shit." And Nebuchadnezzar is like, "Listen, buddy, I got you. All right." So he built her arguably the greatest garden in the history of the world. Historians believe, though, because again, this is all just a story. There's no evidence of this. There's no real, like, what are they going to do? Take a picture back in the fucking day like that? They couldn't do that. So anyway, historians believe that the Hanging Gardens were actually terraces filled with greenery on like a tiered structure. There's no ruins and there's no firsthand accounts. So some people, historians question if it was in Babylon or if it even existed in the first place, right? But I believe it. Back in the day, keep in mind, this wasn't just some guy. It was the king. It was a king being like, my wife wants this. I have unlimited money and resources. I will make it happen. And then he did, right? So, beautiful stuff, man. Some people just have a lot of goddamn money. But the one that really got me, because this one was like a gesture of unrequited love. This was a guy being like, hey, bro. It was like that one fucking crypto scammer that won through like $230 million and bought this girl like 4 Birkins. And she just replied like, okay, thanks. Like didn't give a fuck at all. It was basically what this guy was doing. The Orlov diamond. The Orlov diamond was a diamond bought by Count Grigory Orlov of Russia. So Count Orlov was like, he wanted to give it to Catherine the Great, right? So he came and was like, Catherine, I bought you a nice diamond. It is a 190 carat diamond. And she goes, Spasiba. And then that's it. She just accepted a 190 carat diamond and was like, thanks, bro. And that's it. No consolation beach, no kiss, no ankle show, nothing. Just fucking, hey, appreciate you, gang. Hey, boy, appreciate you, bruh. And then just kept moving on. She named the diamond after her former lover and had it fitted in the imperial scepter. So it's in the Kremlin right now. So if you want to check that out, just take a little trip to Russia, you know, Tucker Carlson type beat and just check it out. Yeah, man, it's wild. The things people will do for love, you know? And my point is, okay, if you're a woman, which by the way, you're not. If you're a woman, you're not listening to this. But if you're a woman, my point is, if he cared, he would try. He would do something. He might not build you the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, but, you know, he would try something. He wouldn't just be like, tonight, Red Lobster. No, he would do a little something else. He wouldn't be like, you know what? How about tonight I do the dishes? Then he hits you with his face. Yeah, no, you deserve better, ladies. Or not. Maybe you fucking suck. Maybe you're awful. Maybe you don't deserve anything. But I'm assuming, you know, if you're a smart enough lady to come and check me out and listen to this, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you deserve the world. I don't think you do. But maybe you do, you know? I hope someday a man will buy you a 190 carat diamond and have you turn him down. You know? I think that would be nice. Okay? So far, all these gestures of love that I've been talking about have been from a man trying to impress a woman. So I thought I'd switch it up. And this one is pretty impressive to me. I mean, just in the interest of like fairness, I'm going to talk about perhaps the baddest bitch of all time. You know her, I know her, Cleopatra, right? So Cleopatra and Mark Antony, that's right, Jennifer Lopez's ex-husband, they had an epic love story. Like, it's arguably the most known love story in history. Maybe that's like Romeo and Juliet, but that's a fictitious situation. This is a real love story between two people that really existed. So Cleopatra was known for extravagance, right? She was extremely rich, extremely powerful, and extremely beautiful. Allegedly. So anyway, one time she wanted to show Mark Antony, hey, ladies is hustlers too. You know what I'm saying? So they were having this little friendly competition to see who could give the other one the most lavish gift possible. Mark Antony was going bananas. Mark Antony was going cuckoo caca crazy, dude. He was giving her all kinds of shit. Now, what kind of gifts was Mark Antony giving Cleopatra? You might be thinking like, oh, maybe like a nice necklace or something. He gave her kingdoms, like whole lands, like entire countries. Imagine you live in like Kansas. And then like the guy who owns Kansas goes, you know what? You belong to that motherfucker now. You're like, what? I don't even know that dude. Like, it doesn't matter. I like him. You are their property now. That's basically what happened. During a public ceremony in Alexandria, Mark Antony, declared Cleopatra the Queen of Kings. Badass. Not the King of Queens. So he declared Cleopatra the... That's so stupid, dude. God. He declared Cleopatra the Queen of Kings and gave her Cyprus, Crete, and Libya and Turkey. Basically gave her 4 countries. Like, here you go. Hey, just something light. You know what I'm saying? Hey, boy. Hey, girl, just something light. Here you go. It ain't nothing to me. It's ha, 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 ha. Here you go. 4 countries. Good Lord. Anyway, he had a bunch of kids with her. He had 3 kids with her. It pissed off Rome a lot. It really pissed Rome off because he was basically just giving her parts of the empire instead of his heirs. So, whatever. I also gave her a giant fleet of ships, which, by the way, dude, it's like if I don't know, it's like if Donald Trump had a crush on Angela Merkel and gave her like, I don't know, 50 F-16s, which is kind of how that works anyways, but whatever. He gave her a bunch of rare animals like birds, lions, trained elephants, gold, silk, all this crazy shit. But listen, none of that mattered because Cleopatra pulled off the craziest flex in front of him. You could keep Turkey, you could keep Libya, you could keep Crete, Cyprus. She don't give a fuck. You know what she did? Now, keep in mind, when I say this, it's going to sound silly because, you know, it's hard to imagine how much this kind of thing was worth back in the day. But Cleopatra wanted to impress him. So she took a giant pearl earring, which, by the way, Cleopatra's in Egypt, right? Imagine how fucking hard it is to get your hands on a pearl. Nevertheless, like a big ass beautiful pearl. She took a giant pearl earring, dissolved it in vinegar, and then just drank it. Just drank it. Just to show him like, bro, this ain't shit to me. You know what I'm saying? Just, I don't give a fuck. Watch this. Boom. Just fucking drop that pearl in there. And just delicious. Thank you. Another. It's like if it's a much cooler version of like I always think about this whenever I see videos of people at like Poppy Steak in Miami or like Salt Bay's restaurant, and there's some fucking guy that looks like he, I don't know, waxes mustaches for a living, comes out with a gold-plated steak or like a gold-foiled steak, and there's like 5 people with those like sparklers you use at a club. I bet that hits so hard when you're retarded. Oh my God. I bet that shit hits crazy if like you're just some idiot realtor in Miami. Oh my God. You must be like, bro, this shit is so fucking fire, bro. Look, dude. How much is that steak? $2,300, bro. Meanwhile, it's a fucking, you know, the sole of a shoe that was slapped around by a 5'3" Turkish man with 18 children. Anyway, this is like a much cooler version of that. Okay. It's not a gold-plated rump cap. It's a fucking, like, it's like if someone got $1 million and then, like, blended it into a smoothie and just drank it. And I was like, I don't give a fuck. That's what Cleopatra did. So my point is, ladies is hustlers too. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, happy Valentine's Day to all you little fuckers out there, all you big fuckers as well, as some of y'all are. And yeah, you know, I hope you guys have fun. I hope you spend some time with a significant other or maybe a girl that's not that into you. And then you have the celebration and hopefully it either strengthens your relationship or make it way worse. And then you guys get in like a really big fight and you go like, you know what, dude, I didn't even want to be in this fucking situation anyway. And she goes like, oh, really? Oh, is that what it was? Yeah, that's not how I remember it. And then you guys get in a fight and then you like punch a window and you sever your not your femoral, but your brachial artery, and then you bleed out, and she has to carry that for the rest of her life. Hypothetically speaking, you know. So yeah, hope you guys have fun. Have a very happy Valentine's Day, or a very sad one. It could be the character arc that you need. You know, it could be the thing that brings you out of your current state of loserdom. You have a down bad, horrible Valentine's Day. You spend the whole fucking night on Jerkmate. And, you know, maybe it'll make you into a stronger man. It'll definitely make your right arm stronger. So that's technically making you a stronger man, right? So, yeah, please take care of yourselves, okay? And you know what? This Valentine's Day, take care of someone else too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. You know, I'm really, really, really thankful for all 3 of you that are actually paying attention and liking and leaving comments. So I really appreciate it, you guys. Take care. Have a good Valentine's Day. And I love you very much. Goodbye. Bye.